Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am Donny Mayhem, and for today's video I just wanted to give my thoughts and opinions on why I believe that Borderlands 3 will be the best game of 2019 easily. And first of all, there are a lot of different games coming out this year. You know, we've got the COD Modern Warfare reboot, which is looking pretty sick. They've got to pull a lot of fans back, they really do, but it does look pretty sick. And other single player games like Doom coming out this year, Destiny has the new DLC. But Gearbox really has a masterclass in the Borderlands franchise, and they know exactly what gamers want from a loot and shoot RPG. All you got to do is just look at this latest free DLC, Lilith Fight for Sanctuary. It's got an awesome story in it. There's new NPCs, new character developments, new loot, including a new rarity tier, new raid boss as well. Awesome gameplay. Absolutely brilliant, and it's all for free. They know exactly what us gamers want. And you compare that to, say, Destiny 2. No, I don't want to just hate on Destiny 2. I've played hours and hours and hours and hours of it. However, especially in comparison to Destiny 1, we got a lot of low-end content for very high-end price. Especially when it came to the end game of Destiny 2. You compare that to the end game on an old game like Borderlands 2, which is an old game really. The end game was endless, hours and hours and hours of fun, whereas Destiny 2 was just, it just relied on weekly milestones, and once you spent an hour on it, it was like, well, there's nothing else to do for the rest of the week. You had constant nerfs, meaning you'd go through countless raids to get this brilliant gear, and it'd just get nerfed because people would moan about it, and it really put a damper on Destiny 2. And I think that's why it did lose quite a few players this year, and it has got a DLC coming out in September. However, the price of that is going to be about just under the same price as Borderlands 3 as a full game. So I don't think it's even going to compete. And obviously in the last year or so we've had the massive influx of players onto the Battle Royale bandwagon, including myself. I'm a massive Apex Legends fan, even through its lack of content. PUBG, Blackout, they've all been great games, and they will continue to be great games. It's been a massive year for multiplayer, and then with the single player side of it, you had massively anticipated games like Anthem that didn't really live up to the hype. I mean, yep, fair few players do like the game, but it went downhill pretty quickly in terms of its player base. People expected more from it, especially given its build, and people have really yearned for more of content like Borderlands for years, this kind of style of game. And all you have to do is just look at the worldwide reaction when Borderlands 3 was finally announced at PAX this year. It was massive. I mean, we had the feeling it was coming, and then it was announced and the internet went crazy, and rightfully so. The gameplay reveal that was soon after, it's along with that DLC, the free Fight for Sanctuary DLC, it did nothing but further pump up the hype for Borderlands 3 even more. And the good thing is that Gearbox, they haven't broken the formula that made the previous games so popular and so much fun. You can see this just from the gameplay trailers, and now, you know, the awesome chaotic style of shooting just turns into this flood of looting, and the classic loot rarity colours bursting onto your screens everywhere. And how the enemies that you kill and the NPCs, how they interact with you, and you know how cool they are and different they are, like the psychos and that, and the world around you. I mean, Gearbox make such an awesome world. You have to look from the first Borderlands all the way up to the latest DLC. They always know how to create this area that you can enjoy being in and enjoy playing. So yeah, there are just my thoughts on it. Take them or leave them, that's just my opinion. I really believe that Borderlands 3, it's 100% Game of the Year 2019. I may be biased, but I still believe it's one of the greatest franchises in the last 10 years and beyond. And that's not to say there aren't some of the great games coming out this year, but I just don't think they have a chance. Anyway, that's the end of me waffling. Thank you very much for listening, very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.
There was a cave-in a couple of days ago. Boys still think a rescue's coming.